Welcome, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, where we embark on a journey through the annals of time, uncovering the hidden treasures of our collective past. Today, we set our sights on one of the most fascinating tales of exploration and discovery in American history, the Lewis and Clark expedition. This epic endeavor, which spanned over 2 years, would change the course of a nation's understanding of itself and its place within the vast expanse of the North American continent. As we delve into the origins of this remarkable expedition, let us transport ourselves to the early 19th century, a time when the young United States was eager to expand its borders and assert its claim on the uncharted territories west of the Mississippi River. It is here, in the bustling city of Washington, D.C., with its fledgling government and vibrant cultural scene, that we find the seeds of this extraordinary journey being sown. On March 2, 1803, Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, wrote to Meriwether Lewis, his private secretary, expressing his long-held desire to explore the western territories of North America. Jefferson's vision was not merely driven by a sense of curiosity or adventure, but also by a deep-seated ambition to expand American commerce and territory. He had first proposed the concept of a transcontinental expedition to the Continental Congress in 1783, but it wasn't until the Louisiana Purchase of 1803, when the United States acquired over 880,000 square miles of land from France for $15 million, that the stage was set for the Lewis and Clark expedition. This monumental acquisition, negotiated by Robert Livingston, James Monroe, and François Barbé Marbois, effectively doubled the size of the United States, providing unparalleled opportunities for exploration, trade, and settlement. As we walk through the streets of Washington, D.C. in 1803, we find a city abuzz with excitement and anticipation. The news of the Louisiana Purchase had sent shockwaves throughout the nation, and many were eager to explore the new territories and unlock their secrets. It was amidst this fervor that Meriwether Lewis, a skilled outdoorsman and cartographer, began making preparations for the expedition. He spent countless hours poring over maps, consulting with experts, and assembling a team of skilled individuals who would accompany him on his journey. One such individual was William Clark, a seasoned soldier and cartographer who was chosen as Lewis's co-leader. Clark brought his expertise in navigation and mapping to the table, and together, they formed a formidable partnership that would prove instrumental in the success of the expedition. Other key members of the team included George Juillard, a talented hunter and interpreter, Patrick Gass, a skilled carpenter, and Sacagawea, a Shoshone woman who would prove instrumental in facilitating interactions with Native American tribes. As the planning phase of the expedition progressed, Lewis and Clark worked tirelessly to assemble the necessary supplies and equipment for their journey. They spent hours at the Georgetown piers, overseeing the loading of their keelboat, which was stocked with everything from food and medicine to maps and scientific instruments. The atmosphere was electric, with a sense of anticipation and excitement hanging in the air. And so, dear listeners, we find ourselves at the threshold of this extraordinary journey, poised on the cusp of discovery and exploration. The Lewis and Clark expedition was about to embark on an odyssey that would take them across treacherous landscapes, through uncharted territories, and into the hearts of Native American communities. As we leave the earliest history of the Lewis and Clark expedition behind, we begin our transition into the next chapter of their story, where the rugged beauty of the American wilderness awaits, and the expedition's most pivotal moments are about to unfold. Join me as we venture forth into the heart of this epic tale, where the boundaries of human knowledge are pushed to their limits and the very fabric of American history is forever altered. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, where we're embarking on an extraordinary journey through the annals of time, uncovering the hidden treasures of our collective past. As we continue our exploration of the Lewis and Clark expedition, we find ourselves in the midst of a pivotal moment in American history, where the expedition's most remarkable achievements are about to unfold. As Meriwether Lewis and William Clark led their team into the uncharted territories west of the Mississippi River, they were met with breathtaking landscapes, treacherous terrain, and encounters with Native American tribes. It was during this period that the expedition's preparations and planning began to bear fruit, as they navigated the Missouri River and its tributaries, mapping the vast expanse of the American wilderness. One of the most significant events of this period occurred on November 7, 1805, when the expedition reached the confluence of the Missouri and Columbia Rivers. Here, they encountered the mighty Columbia River, which would ultimately lead them to the Pacific Ocean. This moment marked a major milestone in their journey, as they had traveled over 4,000 miles from St. Louis, Missouri, and were now poised on the threshold of achieving their goal. As they continued westward, the expedition encountered numerous challenges, including treacherous river rapids, inclement weather, and encounters with Native American tribes. However, it was during this period that Sacagawea, the Shoshone woman who had joined the expedition, played a crucial role in facilitating interactions with these tribes. Her linguistic skills and cultural knowledge proved invaluable as she helped to establish relationships with the Nez Perce, the Flathead, and other Native American communities. The expedition's scientific discoveries were also noteworthy during this period. Lewis and Clark collected numerous plant and animal specimens, which would later be studied by scientists back in Washington, D.C. They also made significant observations about the geology and geography of the region, including the discovery of the Continental Divide, which marked the boundary between the Missouri River watershed and the Columbia River watershed. As we reflect on this pivotal moment in American history, we're struck by the sense of wonder and awe that pervades the journals and accounts of Lewis and Clark. Their descriptions of the natural beauty they encountered, from the towering mountain ranges to the vast expanses of pristine wilderness, are nothing short of breathtaking. It's clear that they were driven by a deep-seated curiosity about the world around them and a desire to push the boundaries of human knowledge. And so, dear listeners, we find ourselves at the height of the Lewis and Clark expedition's influence and power, as they achieved their goal of reaching the Pacific Ocean and mapping the vast expanse of the American wilderness. As we prepare to leave this period behind, we begin our transition into the next chapter of their story, where the expedition's return journey and lasting legacy await. Join me as we venture forth into the heart of this epic tale, where the boundaries of human knowledge are pushed to their limits, and the very fabric of American history is forever altered. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, where we're continuing our extraordinary journey through the annals of time, uncovering the hidden treasures of our collective past. As we conclude our exploration of the Lewis and Clark expedition, we find ourselves reflecting on the expedition's return journey and its lasting legacy. After successfully reaching the Pacific Ocean, Lewis and Clark began their arduous return journey, which would take them over 6,000 miles back to St. Louis, Missouri. Along the way, they encountered numerous challenges, including treacherous river rapids, inclement weather, and encounters with Native American tribes. However, it was during this period that the expedition's scientific discoveries continued to flourish, as they collected additional plant and animal specimens and made significant observations about the geology and geography of the region. One of the most significant events of the return journey occurred on August 12, 1806, when the expedition encountered a group of Nez Perce Indians who had been instrumental in helping them during their westward journey. The expedition was able to repay the kindness of the Nez Perce by providing them with gifts and medical assistance, which helped to solidify the relationships they had established with Native American tribes. As the expedition neared the end of their journey, they were met with a mixture of excitement and exhaustion. They had been traveling for over 2 years, and the physical toll of their journey was beginning to show. However, despite the challenges they faced, Lewis and Clark remained committed to their mission and were determined to complete their journey and share their discoveries with the world. The expedition finally arrived back in St. Louis on September 23, 1806, where they were greeted as heroes. Their journey had been a groundbreaking success, and their discoveries would go on to shape the course of American history. The expedition's findings were compiled into a comprehensive report which included detailed maps, scientific observations, and descriptions of the Native American tribes they encountered. The legacy of the Lewis and Clark expedition is still felt today, as their journey marked the beginning of a new era of exploration and discovery in the United States. Their bravery, perseverance, and scientific curiosity inspired generations of explorers, scientists, and historians, and their discoveries continue to shape our understanding of the world around us. As we reflect on the significance of the Lewis and Clark expedition, we're struck by the sense of wonder and awe that pervades their journals and accounts. Their descriptions of the natural beauty they encountered, from the towering mountain ranges to the vast expanses of pristine wilderness, are nothing short of breathtaking. It's clear that they were driven by a deep-seated curiosity about the world around them, and a desire to push the boundaries of human knowledge. And so, dear listeners, we come to the end of our journey with the Lewis and Clark expedition, as we've explored their preparations, their pivotal moments, and their lasting legacy. We hope you've enjoyed this epic tale, where the boundaries of human knowledge were pushed to their limits, and the very fabric of American history was forever altered. Join us next time on History with Herodotus as we venture forth into new and exciting chapters of our collective past. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.